Guys, I knew it. I told you. Did I not say that Molly was going to come back in Casa Amor? Did I not say to you guys, Molly will come back in Casa Amor? Did I? Did I not tell you this? Did I not tell you this? Like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, this, like, I thought it, and for a moment there, I kind of thought, are they going to? Are they not? Because she looks like she's out. But I'm like, nope, I still think she's going to be in Casa Amor. And look, they have put her in Casa Amor. But now it's going to throw that, like, extra spanner in the works. Because, obviously, we know that Kady and Zach are not really on the best of terms. And I know he was lurking, trying to look in Whitney's direction. But, like, he had something with Molly. So, what's going to happen? Because now he had his moment to kind of fish out to see if there was anything with what's her name, with Kady. Do you know what I mean? And now he can determine that, you know what, I actually prefer Molly because we had something. But then again, he might bounce back to Molly because it's natural and he's been there before. I love it. Me, not gonna lie, I love it, because at the end of the day, I feel like it's gonna be hard for him not to choose Molly over Kady. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be hard. Hey, I can't wait, guys. I literally cannot wait. But anyways, guys, before I get into the video, I'm just going to ask you guys to give the video a thumbs up. Yes, guys, please and thanks. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell so you get updated every single time I upload a new video. So, guys, I must say, Love Island pulling out the stops. They got my man Neo. I was just like, Neo? I was like, nah, not Neo. Listen, like, for the last few years, like the last few seasons, they've had people, and I'm aware of them, and I'm like, okay, I had to Google some of them. Like, I know some of their songs, but some of them I had to Google, be like, who is this? And I'm like, oh, okay, they sing that song, so I know what song it is. I know who it is now. But Neo? Okay. And I like how they did this year with the girls going over to Casa Amor, because usually it's the same repetitive thing, but this was new. And this was exciting, and I like this. I feel like this year they keep bringing stuff out of the bag, and I'm loving it. I'm kind of like looking in the bag like, what's next? What's next? Like, goodies. Like, I love this, okay? But anyways, guys, let's go into the fire pit thing. What do we call it? The fire pit confrontation? The fire pit drama? Okay, a lot of people, I'm gonna come at me, but a lot of people is gonna say, Sassy, I disagree with you, but hear me out. Hear me out, okay? When I was watching the preview last night, I was thinking to myself, do you know what? Tyrique could have pulled Catherine. He didn't need to go off in a crowd like this and be like that with the whole situation. Now we have more information on it. It was a case of Zach bringing everybody out, you know, to the forefront and asking them to, like, say their opinion. In this way, I don't feel like how Tyrique addressed it by speaking his opinion and talking, because he was asked to do it in a group, because Scott, I should say, I keep saying Zach, because Scott brought them all together and say, listen, speak your mind, speak your opinion. And if Tyrique had sat and said nothing, we would have said that, you know, he has so much to say behind their backs, but not to their faces. So for me, in that situation, when somebody asks me to state my opinion, I'm not going to remain quiet. I'm going to voice my opinion, because if I have something to say, I'm going to have something to say, and I'm going to say it right there and then. So I can't be blaming Tyrique for that situation, right? Plus, I feel like he tried to be as diplomatic as he could, in the fact that he's saying, listen, at the end of the day, it's just what we thought, and this is why we thought it. You know what I'm saying? But what we think should not really affect how you go about your relationship and blah, blah, blah. And I'm glad that they squashed it. They were grown enough to squash it. And, you know, as most of them say, you know, by having that conversation so opened, then it was easier and it made situation better, because now everybody is, like, together, which is good. However, I will agree that the fact that if they had their concerns, not just Tyrique, if any of the other girls had their concerns, or any of the boys had their concerns, and they were worried about Catherine, I do believe that they should have gone to Catherine and be like, hey, Catherine, prior to this happening, right? Hey, Catherine, do you know what? This is how we feel. The same way Ella had approached the situation with Jess and said, listen, I feel like Sammy was only going for you because all of a sudden he was in the bottom two and so was Leah. So I feel like they should have given her that respect and gone to her if they so much cared about her feelings and Scott trying to use her to stay in. I feel like that's what they should have done, because I would have preferred you to come and say that to me. I feel like there's some, you know, the way it was approached was a bit insensitive, but at the same time, can we blame the boys in that particular setting? Because Scott did bring them together and he left them with no choice but to say how they felt within that moment. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't blame them for that. But what I do feel like they should have done was, from the moment they had doubts and said that they cared about Catherine, they should have mentioned it to Catherine. They should have pulled Catherine. They should have said it to her. Because obviously if you care for somebody, then you want to kind of like say this to them, right? Anyways, I'm not going to dwell on that for much longer because they've sorted out their issues. Yes. But what I will say though, at one point, I was confused for a minute. At what point of that whole setting, that whole disagreement, that whole fire pit propaganda, did this become about Kady? Because Kady, for some reason, I don't know what happened. I was thinking, okay, we're gonna like be there for Catherine, you know, and then all of a sudden she goes off and she's saying something to Leah, and obviously my girl Whitney was like, if you got something to say, go ahead and say it to me. Like, listen, I love how Whitney dealt with the situation, because, and this is why I say Kady needs to be careful how she approaches this, because Whitney's not somebody to shy away from certain things. Yes, she's been calm. You know what I mean? She's been calm this whole series, this whole season so far. She's, you know, been calm and collected and whatever. But at the end of the day, you do not want to try this girl. So they had a conversation, and what's her name? Kady was saying to Whitney, oh, you should have come and said to me. About what? About what? And she was like, well, you guys didn't come to me and tell me that you guys was like feeling each other. And I'm just like, they didn't even know. And I'm so glad that Whitney actually told her that. Like, they didn't even know. She's not even listening to what Whitney was trying to say. Whitney's trying to say, listen, it's been two conversations. This could be nothing. We don't know if there's anything. So I can't tell you. And I think that's what Zach has been trying to say as well. Like, there's nothing to say because there's nothing yet. But even then, I still have my eyes on Zach, because I feel like Zach, he also still downplayed the situation. Again, because he had that conversation with the boys. I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to tell her that, yeah, I want to know Whitney. But then he goes to her, oh, you're the only person I want to focus on now. Like, wait, this is why I'm glad Casa Amor is here now. Because at the end of the day, now she can forget about Zach. Because right now, I just marked him off from one of my books. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like that whole situation where he was just not manning up to things. Like, you can't be saying one thing and then you go back and you say something else. It's just like, I feel like that's too much for me. I can't deal with that. And I think that's been the frustrating bit for Kady. But like I said, the only problem I have with the whole situation is I feel like Kady's been misplacing her frustration and she's been sending it to Whitney's direction. But I'm glad that they've sorted it out. They had a talk or whatever, and now they're moving on and everything is all cleared. Now it's Casa Amor. And now I know for a fact that with Molly in Casa Amor, this is just it for Kady. I can't see where Zach will stick with Kady. I'm sorry, I can't see it. He's going to go right back to the arms of Molly. To be honest, even if he wants to stick with Kady, he'll feel peer pressure to choose Molly, because now he'll be rejecting Molly if he doesn't choose her. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't feel like he's going to use the excuse of like, well, you know, me and Kady wasn't fully, and what me and Molly had was great, da 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 da. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just want to see how this is going to play out. I also want to see how it plays out for Catherine and Scott, because I feel like Scott will then try to prove a point. I don't know. I feel like he's going to prove a point. I want everybody to be open. I want to trust Ty, but we know better. We know Mr. Flirter, Mr. Want my cake and eat it, Mr. I'm loving the game, missing the game, want to go back to the game, I'm all about the game. We know what he's like. So he's like worried because he's thinking, you know, Ellen knows how I operate in the past. So will this make her want to do something else? And I want him to just be real and true to himself. If he feels like he wants to go and do what he wants to do, let him do it. Because at the end of the day, it's best for her to face this shit now than to have to go out and do it in the real world and put all your eggs in one basket. And he goes out, and on the first day he goes out, girls are sliding in his DM and he's like up to no good again. So if he's gonna do it, he might as well just do it here right now and get it over with. Like, that's how I see it. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think I had some stuff in my head, but boy, I got thrown off. I got thrown off with the whole Molly situation. I ain't gonna lie. But let's see how it unfolds. We have to now wait, guys. We have to wait all the way to Sunday night before the boys meets the girl and before Zach gets the shocker. Do you know what I'm saying? Zach gets the shocker. Obviously, Molly has that one leg up on all the other girls that's coming in Casa Amor, because she's been in the villa. That's been like her home. She only just came out. Do you see what I'm saying? They only just came out. And I think like I do kind of like this twist. I would have preferred like they've done something like this in the past, you know what I'm saying, instead of bringing in the old islanders, in a sense where old islanders from way back when, like Kady and whatever. I know Kady was in the second series. I don't think Kady, in Kady's series, they had a Casa Amor. I think because they started Casa Amor later, didn't they? So I'm not quite sure. And you hear the girls saying now what happens in Casa Amor stays in Casa Amor. We all know that won't happen, girls, okay? Because I'm already waiting for movie night, because I know something is about to go down. But anyways, guys, I hope that one of those boys takes Whitney's fancy, and I'm hoping that it's genuine. I like the look of Elome for Whitney, but let's see. I like the look of Elome for Whitney, so let's see whether they can hit it off, because you know that girl is something special and we want the best for her. So let's see what will happen on Sunday night's show. But anyways, guys, I think this is it. I don't know if I've skipped over anything that I wanted to talk about, because I'm not gonna lie, I was making mental notes until I saw Molly. I saw Molly, because I was expecting it, but then I stopped expecting it, but then I was like, boom, I see Molly. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens, how this unfolds. I'm really here for it. I am here for it. But anyways, guys, if you haven't yet thumbs up the video, go ahead, thumbs up the video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Subscribe, guys. Turn on your notification bell so you get updated every single time I upload a new video. But anyways, guys, I'll see y'all in Sunday's review. Have a lovely weekend and keep it sassy-alicious.